Hello everyone, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course the law of attraction. So I want to go ahead and apologize up front because I feel like you might be able to hear this in my voice, but I'm just feeling a lot of really intense collective energies right now. I keep getting the sensation as though I want to cry, and oddly I feel like it's coming from a feeling of really deep love and yet also this deep feeling of regret, and how I feel this might be manifesting for some in the collective, although I know this might be different depending on the person. I feel for some this might be a feeling of regret as though they somehow messed things up with their person, or perhaps feeling like they met at the wrong time. There's like some feeling of, it's almost like a nostalgic regret, like a looking back, feeling this really deep sense of sadness. And I do feel that part of why this is coming up is because of the full moon energies that we are already beginning to experience. So I do apologize if my communication is a little bit muddy today. I will do my best to channel really clear messages, but I'm just feeling a lot of really, really intense emotion. And I also intuitively feel that many of you listening might be feeling this as well. So I'm just shuffling the cards really well. I like to give the cards an extra long shuffle whenever I'm feeling a lot of really intense energies or emotions. I just heard a divine masculine saying like, I wanted to be better for you. I wanted to be the man for you. I wanted to step up in some way. I feel like, and this obviously won't connect with everyone, but I'm feeling this divine masculine almost saying like, I wish things were different, but really saying, I wish I had been different. There's like a feeling of regret or even like hopelessness here, but I feel like this divine masculine might not even be showing that on the surface. So if you are a divine feminine listening, you might not even be aware that he is feeling this way. So I'm just going to be trying to get a read on any collective or individual messages that can come through. So as I'm shuffling, if you would like to contribute your energy to this reading, be sure to like the video and subscribe to this channel, because by taking those actions, by liking and subscribing, you are actually literally sending your energy to me. And since energy doesn't know time or distance, this transfer of energy actually allows me to bring forth more specific messages for you here in the present. Okay, so what does the Twin Flame Collective, anyone listening to this video, need to know at this time? Wow, just so much like, I'm not sure if sadness is the right word. It's almost like it's deeper than sadness. It's like a deep level grief, a very deep like aching, longing, regret. For some, this might even be regret for how things are in the present. Like, I wish things were different in the present, but I just feel they can't be for whatever reason. Okay, so the first card I have here is Happy Family in the reverse. Okay, guys, prepare for some intense messages. So what I feel from this Happy Family in the reverse is that someone out there listening, prior to meeting their person, a long time prior, like in their family life, experienced a lot of pain, like as a child, emotional pain, coming from some kind of family dynamic. Now, of course, I'm channeling a lot of specific messages throughout this reading, so only take what resonates with you. But I feel like this person has a very, very wounded inner child. And I'm specifically, for some reason, hearing a divine masculine energy come through for this, although this could also be a divine feminine. Then when I see the Angel of Love card, this is the second card, I see the divine feminine as that angel of love. I wanted to say you, but of course the energies are mirrored here, so they could be flipped. But I see a divine feminine who is this angel of love to the divine masculine. But it's almost like that love was it was like too much. It was so overwhelming that this divine masculine actually like felt overwhelmed by this love, but also like in a good way, enveloped by it, but also became afraid because of these wounds here, these inner child wounds that were being triggered. And then I see with this door to personal healing and happiness, this is kind of an overarching theme. This energy I'm connecting with again, I really feel this is a divine masculine, but I feel this energy I'm connecting with is going through this very deep level healing. And this really came up a lot in the last reading. I think I actually channeled a very similar message, but I just wanted to reiterate this because this is a very powerful theme. A divine masculine really being faced with some of his inner child wounds and going through this awakening. The next card that fell out is Woman Holding a Heart in the reverse position. Oh my gosh, guys, I feel myself about to cry. So I'm sorry if this reading makes me emotional. I feel such strong energies happening right now. I feel with this card, I literally heard a woman saying, I couldn't hold on to your heart. And I feel this like really strong feeling of regret, this feeling of sadness from a divine feminine who feels like she wasn't capable of holding on to her divine masculine, of like being enough. And then this card is the number 44, and the other happy family card is the number 4. So together this makes the angel number 444, which I feel many of you might be seeing a lot lately. Wow, really intense feelings. Okay, so I want to know what else this divine feminine I'm connecting with here is feeling. So what is this divine feminine feeling? What is her energy? Okay, so the cards have gone a little quiet, which I feel indicates this is some kind of sadness and pain that she felt beneath the surface, but may have not been very vocal about for a long time. She may have kept this to herself, this feeling. It's like this feeling like she wasn't capable of holding on to her divine masculine, or like this fear that she couldn't hold on to him. It's like I sense almost like her own wounding coming up here with this fear of not being able to hold on, not being able to maintain this connection. I just want to run off into the sunset together, but it doesn't feel possible. Like just wanting to escape everything together, to run off together, to escape some kind of a reality that feels like it's preventing these two within this divine union from being together. The two cards that came out were Strategy in the reverse position, and then Blossoming Abundance in the upright position. So with Strategy in the reverse, I instantly heard like something doesn't feel like it's going according to plan. I feel like there's a divine feminine here who wanted things to work out a certain way with the masculine, but this isn't coming to pass. It's not panning out the way that she expected. And this is causing her a lot of pain and feeling like she can't hold on to her divine masculine for some reason. And with Blossoming Abundance in the upright position, I'm feeling guided to read a little bit from the guidebook with this card. Okay, so the guidebook says, this card shows a beautiful golden garden in the springtime with coins and new flowers blossoming all around. They even hang like fruit trees, like fruit on the tree above. This card signals a new increase in wealth, possibly in a dramatic and unexpected way. Interesting. So actually what I heard with this card is there is a divine feminine who has actually she's done a lot of her healing work. She's really coming into her power in a very profound way, but I feel as though this divine feminine has a fear that as she grows and expands and works on herself and steps into her power, that somehow she is leaving her divine masculine behind. I just heard that, like, I'm afraid of leaving you behind. Now, of course, with a twin flame connection, these fears are perfectly normal, but also unfounded. There is no reason to worry. When you grow and expand, your twin flame counterpart will grow and expand simultaneously along with you, regardless of whether that growth and expansion is happening visibly, where you can see it, or invisibly beneath the surface, but it always takes place. But that's one major block come up for twin flames very often is like, one twin flame counterpart will shrink, will not grow or expand in certain ways because they're afraid of somehow changing the connection in a certain way that causes them to drift apart from their person. but it's actually the opposite. The closer you come to your most authentic self, your most powerful self, the closer you will come together with your twin in the physical, and the more that they will expand as well. It's always the case. Yeah, the next card is Door to Value in the upright position. For some reason, I heard that there's a divine feminine who's feeling her value more, but potentially a divine masculine who's feeling his value less, or like worried that he doesn't have value or doesn't bring value or something like that. All tied up in the reverse position. I wonder how this card applies. I'm going to see if I can read a little bit about this. Okay, so the guidebook says, this card reversed is telling you that the ties that bind you are about to break loose. A previously stuck situation is opening up and the restrictions are clearing out. But what I also heard is like, although that sounds like a very positive thing, like restrictions clearing out, I also heard that this is a very painful time. It's like a time of the bonds breaking, but it's also causing a lot of purging, and in the process, potentially a lot of pain is coming up here for the purpose of being healed. So for some reason also with that card, I heard karmic bonds being released, karmic contracts being fulfilled. So I want to see if there's any more information on that. Is there any information on these karmic contracts potentially being fulfilled, these bonds being broken? What other information can I bring forth for the Twin Flame Collective on these ties being broken? Victory in the reverse position. So I feel like this process, whatever this is, this karmic, potentially a karmic cycle in the form of a person or a negative pattern that is being broken, these ties that are being broken, I feel that as this is happening, it doesn't feel like a healing, it feels like a breaking. I heard that it's like just a healing disguised as a breaking. Like it feels like you're going to be breaking open or something is going to be shifting negatively, but actually something, it's like the bonds are breaking and something is shifting positive. It's like the total opposite of how the ego perceives this situation. What else can I know about this karmic situation? These karmic bonds being broken. Once again, all tied up in the reverse position, I reshuffled the cards, so that came out again. I feel just re-clarifying the same message, some kind of bond being broken. Can I get any other information about this situation? Angel of Balance in the upright position. Things look unbalanced, but they're actually coming into balance, into greater balance and harmony. What is this Angel of Balance card? What is coming into greater balance? I, for some reason, just heard the external is going to match the internal. I feel like many of you might be going through profound shifts, either within yourself, or you might be experiencing a lot of intensity with your twin flame, like dream communications, like powerful 5D connection with your person, fifth dimension connection. But I'm hearing like these things are now going to reflect in the physical, like things are going to shift in the physical world, and that is how they are going to come into balance. But first, they are going to look very messy in real time. Something is going to look messy. Spirit, what else can I bring forth about this situation for the Twin Flame Collective? What is coming into balance at this time? Also, the moon really stuck out to me on this card, so you specifically might be feeling these energies the most, of things feeling imbalanced but actually coming into balance right around the time of the full moon this month in May. Okay, so I'm not getting any more cards to come out right now. So what I'm going to do is pull some messages from the Love Scramble box. So I'm asking what this Angel of Balance card is, or what twin flames need to know at this time. focused. I heard stay focused on what you truly, truly want, not from your ego, but like your heart's desires. Where is your heart pulling you? For some reason, I also feel guided to mention body intuition here. Specifically, how your body feels around certain people and situations, because your body knows when someone or something is right for you, and it speaks to you very intuitively through the way you feel in your physical body. So I feel that some of you, specifically with your person, maybe you've had doubts about this connection, but then when you're around them, it's like when you are with your twin flame, with your person, your body will feel safe. Your body will feel at home. You will feel like when you're laying with the person, next to the person, your heartbeats will literally sync up. Like your body will feel literally at home when you are around this person physically. Proposal. This card has been coming up so frequently. For some reason I feel like there's a divine feminine who has become very impatient, waiting for movement forward from a divine masculine. Some kind of proposal, potentially, it could be an actual engagement or marriage proposal, but I know that won't apply to many people. For most, I feel this is just some kind of forward movement in the physical world, some kind of offer coming forward. I feel like there's a divine feminine who has become very impatient about this, about waiting for this, about wanting this, to the point where she's almost ready to just give up and let go. But she's being told to stay focused on what her heart truly wants. If this offer is what she truly wants, I just heard to commit to it emotionally in your own heart and mind. Because I feel that for some divine feminine listening, there's a bit of ego coming up here that's causing this divine feminine to question whether this is worth waiting for. There's like some energy like that coming up. Younger. For some reason, I got a nostalgic feeling from this. Some of you might have known your person when you were younger, or you might be thinking back to the early days of when you first met or the beginnings of your connection. For some of you, you may have already gone through what we call the love bubble phase in the twin flame connection, those beginning stages of just like an intense whirlwind of love and romance. And I feel that for some of you, it's like you're reflecting on this because now you're in some period of separation, or again, an emotional, physical, any kind of separation. And it's causing you to feel really nostalgic and almost feel regrets that things couldn't be different or things didn't happen a certain way right away back when you first met. Now, this won't apply to everyone. This might just be for a few people, because I know some of you don't have this kind of before period with your person, this younger phase, but I know that will connect with some of you. For someone, I just heard this very specific message that's just like, you are the person I want to grow old with. And for some reason, this younger card kind of triggered that. So this might be something this person has said to you, or just something you felt like this is someone you want to spend your lifetime with. Heart. I feel you in my heart when I'm alone. Sometimes the physical world is so confusing, but you're always with me in my heart space. That is what I heard. And I also heard when you lean into the heart space, when you feel into the heart space, you will connect with me. I hear this coming from someone's twin flame's higher self. So they might not be thinking this consciously, but unconsciously, I hear their higher self saying like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm about to cry. But it's like, regardless of the circumstances we are in the physical world right now, we came to this planet in this lifetime with the intention to meet, to connect. You know me in your heart, and I know you through my heart. And even though at times I know we both become disconnected from this heart space because we are also human, also here having this human experience, whenever you feel back into that space within your heart, you will know that it is always only me and you alone together in that place. Wow, a very poetic message coming forth from someone's person. I also strongly feel that some of you might benefit from a heart chakra meditation truly releasing the external, releasing the expectations and conditions society programs us to place upon love and relationships, and truly reconnect with your heart space. And I've created a twin flame heart chakra activation meditation. This is a subliminal meditation designed for this exact purpose, to really magnetize your energy with love, true, pure, unconditional love, to allow you to really get back into that heart space where you can easily connect with your twin flame, both energetically and, of course, in the physical world as well. So I will leave a link to that twin flame heart chakra activation subliminal in the pinned comment and the description box. You can click the link to explore more about it. So let's see if we can get any other messages from your person at this time. Analyze. I see this contrast here between the heart and then the word analyze. It's like someone's heart is speaking one thing, but their mind is speaking another. And I feel like the mind is very loud for this person at this time. Like this mind chatter is almost overwhelming. Like the mind is almost, or the ego is trying to analyze a situation or tell lies, feed lies to the heart. But the heart knows what it knows. And I just heard like, you know me because you feel me alone with you in your heart space. And also, I am with you when everything is still, calm, and quiet, energetically speaking. It's kind of like how sometimes I know many people who are creative. This might be you and your energy I'm channeling, but I hear someone out there listening will connect with this as someone who's like a writer, a musician, and you predominantly write at weird times in the middle of the night, like maybe 3 a.m. or like when everyone else is asleep. And Spirit is saying to you specifically, again, this might just be one person, but they're saying to you that it's like a metaphor because you understand how sometimes you can only create the most beautiful art in writing really late at night because the world is asleep. Your ego mind is more quiet and you're able to more feel into that intuitive heart space. Well, your twin flame's higher self is saying in those calm, quiet 3 a.m. Middle of the night moments, those moments when the earth is asleep and you are alone with yourself in your heart space, you will feel me there with you. Eyes. I just heard, I saw your eyes before I saw you. I feel like regardless of whether you've met your person or not, because this will apply differently depending on your situation, I feel like someone in their twin flame, you actually set a soul intention to recognize one another by your eyes. Now, what I mean by soul intention is you literally intended this prior to incarnating in this world, in this lifetime. And you probably don't consciously remember this intention, but it's like you will know this message is for you because if you set that intention to recognize your person by their eyes, that eye lock with them was like, there aren't words to describe it. It was like knowing beyond knowing. It was like every cell in your being knew this is my person because of this connection through the eyes that you had with them. For some reason, I feel someone listening to this reading or someone's person really dwelling a lot on your first meeting, the circumstances of your meeting, however you first met or connected, and it's causing this person to feel a lot of intense love or emotion for the other, and also to feel a little bit sad, like a little bit nostalgic for some reason. I really hope I get more clear messages on that later in this reading because I just keep getting this vibe, like this admiration but sadness. It's like happy, sad feelings, like bittersweet feelings. Busy. I just heard that someone's busyness, maybe both, has been actually preventing them from fully connecting with their heart space because like I see at the center of this heart space, feeling into your heart space, recognizing your counterpart through the heart. But then I see someone in this connection, maybe both, who has been busying themselves with day-to-day life, with material things, with work, with whatever it is. And this day-to-day busyness has actually over time distracted this person from their heart space, from what they truly know deep in their heart and soul about this connection and about this person. Distance, yeah, and this busyness has put distance between the people that I'm reading, the energies I'm reading into. But the reason this distance is there isn't because there's actually distance between these two people, these two counterparts. The distance is there because one person or both is actually distancing themselves from their own heart space, distancing from what they feel and know in their heart, that is then causing this physical distance, manifesting this physical or emotional distance between these two twin flame counterparts. So of course, I know this won't connect with everyone, but I am just strongly feeling this message for someone out there listening. I want to know more about this distance. So I'm actually going to go to the Lover's Oracle and the Romance Angels. Okay, guys, so I've got the Lover's Oracle deck here. And I want to know, what else does someone's twin flame, this twin flame I'm connecting with, want to say to them at this time? I am just over and over strongly hearing the message for the twin flame collective, especially at this time with everything going on astrologically, that it is so important not to allow the busyness of day-to-day life to distract you from feeling into your heart space. Surrender. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go, and it will all work out. For some reason, I heard, like, if you love it, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be. Now, of course, you should always use your own intuition when it comes to these situations. But for some reason, I'm connecting back again with that divine feminine I spoke to earlier, who was becoming impatient with her divine masculine for him not moving forward. And what I'm hearing is, like, listen to your own intuition about this situation. Here's actually the message I just downloaded. Commitment sometimes is a commitment made in the heart and soul and through the emotions, and doesn't necessarily mean literally moving closer to someone in the physical. What I heard is, for some of you, you may be feeling impatient, feeling like you're waiting on the divine masculine to be more healed or to be more awakened or something like that. And this is not a message I give very often, but I feel, and again, use your own intuition, but I feel someone might need to hear this. Someone I'm connecting with might be in a situation where actually it is time to physically move forward. I heard follow your own happiness. Physically follow your own happiness and trust that as you feel into your own heart space, as you follow your own intuition, while of course always holding the space for your person, for your twin flame counterpart, I'm hearing that if this is a true twin flame connection, if you are connecting as a twin flame, just like I just saw like a yo-yo where you kind of move it down and it comes back to you. This love will always come back to you. There's nothing to fear here. I feel a divine or a divine feminine might be feeling fear as though like there's this distance between her and her twin, or she is contemplating following her own happiness on a situation, but she is worried. Sorry guys, this is such a complex message, but I'm doing my best to get it across because it is important for someone out there listening. It's like this divine feminine is considering doing something that will allow her to follow her own happiness, but she is worried that her twin flame will not follow her there, that her divine masculine will somehow get left behind, or that somehow in doing this, she will burn a bridge in this connection and he won't come back to her. And I'm just hearing over and over again, like, trust. If you are making this decision from your heart and soul, if you are following your happiness, if this decision feels right to you through your intuition, then always follow that. Follow your happiness, follow your intuition, and trust that this love will always return back to you. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change things which are beyond our control. For some reason, I heard non-resistance. I feel like, again, something has been happening in someone's connection where they've been trying to force someone else to move forward or to change or to heal externally. And I'm really being told it's surrender to your own heart space. Surrender to what your intuition is speaking to you about this situation. Follow your own happiness. Follow your bliss. Follow your heart and trust that this person will be able to follow you there. Trust, it's there has to be, there's this huge element of trust coming up here. Trusting not just this person, physically speaking, but trusting the divinity of your connection and trusting the divine forces that are guiding and protecting this path and this connection no matter what. So can I get any other messages? Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. For some reason, I heard a message coming up of someone wanting someone or some situation to be different and kind of pushing or trying to force this situation, and you're actually being told to let go, to release, to trust, to feel into your own heart space, to follow your intuition, to continue growing and expanding, and to believe that this person, your counterpart, will continue to grow, expand, and heal along with you, even if you can't always see it visibly. Now I am going to be pulling some cards from the Romance Angels deck. So I'm going to shuffle these cards really well to hopefully bring forth some clear messages. So what other messages can I bring forth for the Twin Flame Collective? For some reason also, as I was rereading that previous card I just pulled, when I saw the word emotions, I actually saw ego, and I potentially... Sorry guys, I had to reach down to get these 3 cards that just fell out. Potentially I'm hearing that someone's ego is causing an emotional response in a situation that is actually distorting their perception of this person. I almost heard it's you're painting, the ego is painting this other person as bad or wrong, or seeing them as it's labeling something about them or what they're doing as wrong. But then what I see here is this other person's higher self saying, you know me in your heart and soul, you know who I truly am. So the cards that came out of the Romance Angels deck are past life relationship. Wow guys, I was just saying this, but you have known each other before. And when I hear someone's person, guys, I'm seriously about to cry again. I hear someone's person saying it's forget these layers of ego, this confusion in the physical. Feel into your heart and soul, because you know me. You have known me in lifetime after lifetime. And you know me in this lifetime, just like you knew me in the last, and you will know me in the next. The next card is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. What I'm hearing here, for some reason I also heard communication. I feel like some communication for someone, especially at this time astrologically, might be kind of muddied. It's feeling you're not clearly understanding, or you think you understand what someone is saying and the ego is painting it as negative, but there could be a miscommunication at play here. And again, this won't be for everyone, just for those of you who might be in a communication actively with your twin flame in the physical. And I'm really clearly hearing to, when you communicate with this person, to really try to hear their truth, to hear them in their authenticity, even when they are speaking from a space of ego. I know that sounds like a really strange message, but I somehow feel like someone's person might be caught up in their own ego or something, and then it's confusing you or making you doubt something about them or about the connection. But you're being told it's don't listen so much to the physical words that they're saying, but hear what their heart is energetically trying to tell you, because their heart is always communicating with you, because twin flames truly do communicate predominantly, almost completely through their energy, and only in small part through their words. So I'm also hearing that if you are experiencing any of these miscommunications or confusions, it would really benefit you to establish a morning and evening meditation practice just to clear your mind, to clear your energy. And specifically, I would really recommend for this my 7-chakra twin flame clearing subliminal, because this is designed to really clear out any energy blocks that prevent connection within a twin flame union. So this subliminal contains binaural beat frequencies for each of the 7 chakras to really realign your chakras, balance your chakras, allow them to vibrate at their natural highest states. And in doing this, it really allows your energy to flow, which then in turn allows you to be naturally magnetic for your twin flame, both emotionally, energetically, and in the physical world. So the link to this twin flame 7-chakra clearing will be linked in the pinned comment and description. The last card is trust. And for some reason, I specifically looked and saw on this card, it stood out to me how this woman was wearing a white dress, and I instantly thought of a wedding. And I know this is maybe just something very specific, but I feel like some of you may have been like daydreaming about getting married to your person or idealizing the idea of like a wedding. And I feel like if this connects with you, again, this could just be one person, but if you've been having these wedding visions or daydreams, I'm being told that they truly are visions, like premonitions of this very happy, stable future you can share with your person in the physical. These aren't just mindless daydreams. Again, that's just one specific message, but for most, I feel this card will apply very uniquely to your situation, but I feel for almost everyone listening to this reading, you are being faced or will soon be faced with a situation or a feeling that will cause you to have, I just heard bulletproof trust, it's like the trust that you have, not just in this person, but literally like in the love that binds you together, a trust in that love. Having that trust, I feel, is going to be like, it's like a fortress that will protect you from negativity of other people, from ego, from any fears and anxieties that come up. It's like having this faith in the bond that ties you and this person together eternally is going to be so important for the collective in the coming weeks. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is roll some letter initial dice and pull some sign cards. So I'm going to try to roll the letter initials, potentially first, middle, or last name of you or your person. Alternatively, sometimes these letters spell words. Y, E, U, X, V, Q, P, K, T, Z, N, C, E, C, G, K, T, V, C, Z, N. So hopefully some of those letters connected with some of you. And now I'm going to pull some sign cards. So these might be the sun, moon, or rising sign of you or your person. So the first sign I got was Aries, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo. So this person might be Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Alternatively, often these cards specifically, if these signs don't resonate with you, they might just be meant for someone else. So keep that in mind. Now I'm going to be pulling a few more cards from my Love Scramble box. Trauma. By the way, for some reason, I read this upside down, and at first I thought it said Taurus. So your person also might be a Taurus, or a Taurus potentially dealing with some trauma. I once again hear these inner child wounds coming up. So if you or your person is dealing with some kind of inner child wounding, I would also really recommend my Subliminal to heal inner child wounds. This is a really powerful subliminal designed to reintegrate fragmented or wounded aspects of the shadow self that come from negative childhood experiences that then continue to negatively impact our psyche and present blocks within, in this case, within the twin flame connection. But of course, these blocks can manifest in any area of life. So I will leave that linked in the pinned comment and description. For some reason, I heard my trauma is preventing me from coming closer to you. For some reason, oh my gosh, guys, I got this really powerful image of like someone who was hitting on this like glass. They were in this like glass confinement and hitting on the glass and yelling, but the person on the other side couldn't hear them. And I feel like what this metaphor is saying is like that glass wall is this trauma that is preventing their true self who is locked inside from fully and clearly being heard and understood. But that thing, it's like that authentic self is trying to break out, but first it must break through this trauma. It must have a breakthrough when it comes to this trauma. Distracted. For some reason, I just heard you think I don't care. You think I'm distracted. When really I'm just distracting myself from my own healing and from my own wounds because I'm terrified, because I'm afraid. Trust. This is definitely coming from this person's higher self saying like, I know I'm dealing with this trauma. I know my authentic self is trying to break out and communicate with you, but that it's not happening right now. I'm not getting through. And I know that to you, I might look cold or distracted, but I'm like begging, not just asking. I hear someone like pleading with the other here to trust. I want to know, like, trust what? Texting. For some reason, I just heard that someone, like in general, might use their phone, text message, social media as a distraction from the emotional pain that they're feeling either in the present or from these past traumas. Forget. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. This really specific message just came through. But someone like specifically I saw forget and texting together. So I feel that for some of you, you might have a twin flame counterpart who's a little bit absent-minded or who doesn't check their phone all the time. And I'm getting that this might just be for one person, but one person is saying that like, when you don't get a text back from me right away, it doesn't mean I'm not thinking about you. I literally just forget to text people back sometimes. Just a really random message, but I feel someone needed to hear that. Cycles. I just heard cycles of trauma. It's like, I feel like someone is in a very intense trauma cycle or at an intense part of that cycle where it's like at times they might feel better or more healed, but then they kind of like slip back into that darkness, into that cycle of like pain, of fear, of anxiety. And I feel like they might be in the dark point of that cycle right now. Different. I just heard once again, like I wish things were different, specifically like I wish I were different. I'm hearing an energy here that's really in pain because they're stuck in their trauma cycles. They're distracting themselves and appearing cold because in truth they are terrified of facing their trauma, of healing, and yet they're pleading with the other on this higher self level to trust. Okay, 2 last cards. Okay, so I got addicted and masculine. I feel like this could very specifically apply to someone's masculine. If you are a divine feminine listening, you might have a masculine who is dealing with an addiction, like a literal addiction. But for others of you, I feel this could be speaking to a masculine energy who is addicted to something, not necessarily a substance, but potentially even addicted to a negative cycle within themselves, or addicted to some kind of coping mechanism or some kind of distraction to keep them distracted from their pain that is beneath the surface. Now, of course, this addiction could literally be in the form of a person. I know some of you might have a masculine who is connecting with a third party. For others, I feel this could be like a gambling addiction. This could be like a video game addiction. This could be any kind of distraction or addiction that is being used to try to distract him from the pain he is feeling and the cycles of trauma he's experiencing beneath the surface that this masculine that I'm connecting with might not be ready to face at this time. So I don't normally go back to the Lover's Oracle, but I just feel like there might be one more message for us here. So can I get any more messages for the Twin Flame Collective from the Lover's Oracle deck? What other messages can I bring forth? The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. I feel like, and this won't be everyone, but this could apply to someone because you might have a past history with your person. And again, this will just be for those of you who do have some kind of history with your person that's been a very challenging history. And I feel like this card is saying, like, you are capable of creating a new future with this person, but you have to make the choice to let go of the past and move into the future. Wow, guys, I just got a wave of chills. A card that just flew out as I was reading that is Twin Flames. Your passion ignites. I think this is like one of the first times I've actually pulled the Twin Flames card from this Lover's Oracle deck. You guys know I get the Yin Yang card a lot, which I understand to mean Twin Flames, but this is one of the first times I've literally gotten a card that just says Twin Flames. So if you've come to this reading with doubt, wondering, is this my twin flame? Is this my person? I feel this card giving you a confirmation saying, yes, this is your twin flame. This is your person. Now, another card did fly out at the same time, so I'm going to get that in just a moment. Actually, it was two cards. So much now to say coming from this person's higher self. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. So what I hear here is, once again, there's a divine feminine. It could be a masculine for some of you, but for most it'll be a feminine who is feeling impatient with her masculine, potentially being presented some kind of path forward in her life that feels right in her heart and soul, that she is excited about, but she has this fear that in taking this path, it's actually going to lead her away from her twin flame. And what I see with this card is that by returning your energy, focus, and positive attention to yourself, you are actually radiating that energy simultaneously to your twin flame. It's like, yes, this is your twin flame, but it's really imperative, especially if you are that divine feminine and you are in this kind of period of separation, feeling impatient. It may be important for you right now to simply refocus on yourself, your own goals and dreams, and whatever exciting path has presented itself to you. And I just saw it's like you take this path and then your twin flame shows up. Like I see them off in the distance, but I feel like you can't see how your paths are going to cross if you do this thing that excites your heart and soul, that feels right to you. But Spirit is saying, like, always follow that bliss, follow that passion, because in showing yourself that kind of true unconditional self-love, your twin flame is feeling unconditionally loved as well, and you will be brought back together because this is a divine connection. And lastly, passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. For some reason, I heard this coming from someone's twin flame, literally saying, like, just to be blunt, like, I find you so physically intoxicating and attractive and magnetic. Now, I feel this person thinking this or feeling this through their energy or saying this through their higher self might not actually be saying this in the physical in all cases. It's just that they didn't want me to close this reading. It's like their higher self didn't want me to end this reading without simply telling you like, okay, this is so strange, but what I'm getting is like, I'm sorry if this doesn't connect specifically as like this interplay between a divine feminine and divine masculine for you. It might be different for you, but I am just strongly feeling a divine feminine who is like feeling impatient with how things are in the 3D on the surface level. And so she's being presented with this option that really excites her. She wants to follow her heart and soul and care for herself, truly love herself in making this choice, but she is afraid that this choice will actually lead her away from her twin flame. But she is being reassured he is there later on down the line, down this path. If you're following your true soul path, you will always cross paths again with your twin flame. True love will always return back to you. And in fact, it never truly leaves you. But then I'm seeing like this passion card come up. It's like, this is so sad, but I feel someone's divine masculine, like in the 3D, they aren't ready to face their trauma, or they're just beginning to face it. They aren't fully healed. It's like they aren't ready to have this manifested physical connection, but then their higher self is saying like, I only want you to be happy. I only want the best for you. I see you as so magnetic and beautiful and intoxicating. And I know that our paths are going to cross in the future. And I'm sorry that I'm not different. I'm sorry I'm stuck in this cycle, potentially this trauma cycle. I'm sorry I'm not healed enough to sustain this connection with you in the physical right now. But I will. It's like I just keep hearing like, this isn't goodbye. But it's like I see this masculine so on an energetic level proud of the divine feminine, but not really maybe saying that, but feeling so proud, so admiring, and almost like wishing her well and saying goodbye, but not really saying goodbye, like knowing that their paths are going to cross again, but feeling sad that things couldn't be different in the present. Now, I know that this won't connect with everyone, but this is just a very vivid imagery I'm getting that I know will resonate with someone listening. So I feel this is a very sound place to end this reading. I do hope some of these messages connected with you, but please do remember I am channeling so many different specific messages, so only take whatever resonates in your heart and soul. If you do resonate with these readings, please do subscribe to this channel and click the like button. I really hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. All of the subliminals I recommended during this reading, by the way, which I believe were the Twin Flame Heart Chakra activation, the 7 Chakra Twin Flame clearing, and the Inner Child Healing Subliminal, are all linked in the pinned comment and the description box under this video. You can click any of those links to explore more of the energetic benefits infused into each subliminal. And also you can try out any of the more than 100 subliminals I've created completely free for 7 days when you create a free trial account on my website. So thank you so much again for being here, for literally co-creating these readings, this information along with me. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again in the next reading.